The middle years are really interesting times for students because they've come into high school and sometimes they struggle with that. One of the risks that we face as educators is that we could potentially lose them at that point. There's a national discussion underway right now about how Australian schools should best engage students during the middle years. And the SAGE program is our response.
So how does it feel to be eating cloud right now?
Education these days is far more than just learning out of a book and writing things on a chalkboard. Witnessing with your own eyes, it's a whole different way of learning. What you take away from it, it's a very rich experience.
Shakespeare, I suppose it's one of the great x-rays of who we are as people, as human beings. We hope these kids just open the door just a little fraction into what a masterful creator of human spirit this man was.
Young people's perception of opera, having never seen an opera, is that it's not for them. Watching them overcome those barriers and begin to understand and unpack the art form is always a joy and a wonder.
Our students will work with Shakespearean actors, archaeologists, scientists, musicians, opera singers, giving students opportunities where they can work with world-class experts. That's the whole idea about our students being on the shoulders of giants.
We are Sport for Joe Theatre Company. We love Shakespeare and we're thrilled to be here this week. Our main desire is for you to simply think that William Shakespeare is good fun.
A cold, invisible veil spread all around the kitchen. He could now see the vapour of his breath.
We're now in the second year of the SAGE program, and Tasmania Right in the Island is probably the most ambitious project of the 4 that we've had so far. We had this idea that we could actually bring the entire year group, 100 students, to Tasmania.
We are looking to pursue universal themes, the themes that come through English study, and the reason why English study is so important is because of the lessons that it has for us about human beings and the world that they live in.
One of my passions is being here in colonial Sydney. So much is left from the traces of early Sydney, and we're in a very rare position where this information is here for us to see.
The SAGE program chases learning out of the classroom. That's one of our concepts, it's one of our aims. We create experiences that these students would not be able to have in any other school. They're experiences that are fun, but they're also really challenging. I believe that it's when the students are a little bit uncomfortable with the learning that they're in a space where they break through some of the obstacles that they might be experiencing in their classroom in the more traditional forms of learning. There they are, working with experts, being mentored by them, but being co-designers in the learning. And I think that's a really important, empowering part of this program.
One of the principles of the project is that we won't edit what those young people make, regardless of what other people might think of it. To celebrate and enjoy someone performing unafraid and joyously is just, you can't really beat it.
It really helped us into developing our voices, our drama. I learned how to sing.
It's been great. The week's basically turned out to be really informative and exciting.
I did a lot of work that I didn't think I would have been able to do.
Being in somewhere different, which I haven't really experienced, is really a big help because it lets me really channel something which I didn't know I had inside me.
To actually see and hear personal stories, just put it into context.
I think an experience like this transcends all of the other stuff. It centres the kids back to those fundamental basics of humanity. If you can't communicate and you can't be with people and build bonds with people, all that other stuff means nothing.
I believe deeply that all children are gifted, and it's the role of the school to find those gifts, locate them and bring them out.
It is really a testament to what you can do and what you can learn in 1 week.
With the SAGE program under their belts, students will go into years 11 and 12 ready for the challenging learning opportunities that await them in the HSC. They will have had 4 years of these unique experiences where we've cared enough about them to create this opportunity 1 year after another. Our responsibility as a school is to not lock kids out, but to actually draw them in and be ambitious for them. The SAGE program honours that, and it's been incredibly successful. But our intention is to go further as we continue to offer our students world-class opportunities that will take them into their futures.